Let's talk about Amazon Prime Day coming up. Amazon's Prime Day is likely to double from 2 days to 4 days this year. Key things to be aware of. The date and the deadline for inventory is likely to be a lot more important this year than in years prior. Why? Because so much inventory is waiting offshore because of tariffs or supply chain issues that getting inventory into Amazon, if you can load up on inventory right now at Amazon, my recommendation is to do it. Prime Day is a short 2.5 months away. That will go by very quickly. So in the next month, get all the inventory you can to Amazon for a stellar Prime Day. And I think it's gonna be a battle of units more than a battle of promotions. If you have the inventory mix this Prime Day, you're gonna be steps ahead of other brands who are gonna struggle with out of stocks at the worst possible time. And so my first piece of advice, get all the inventory you can into Amazon now and early so that it opens up all the doors to run promotions later on. Number 2 piece of advice, be very careful playing with price. Every year we have brands who run a surprise coupon, do a spur of the moment promotion, and screw up their Prime exclusive deals. Amazon is really a stickler about the lowest price last 30 days. So make sure, just to be safe, that 35 days before Prime Week starts, you're not running any promotions. So I would be very careful loading any promotions from June 1st on, because you could start to really impact your ability to run Prime Day coupons. Third piece of advice, there's a lot of different ways to run promos. We love Prime exclusive discounts. They get priority badging, they get a great conversion rate, and if you can fund it, a very, very successful promotion type. So those are 3 pieces of advice for Prime Day this year. I think it's going to be the best Prime Day Amazon's ever had. However, they're gonna play some games because it's now 4 days instead of 2 days. It really should be called Prime Week, if we're being honest. How can I optimize my listings to stand out during the 4-day Prime Day campaign? I think that one of the best ways you can make your images stand out is to take your hero images and consider zooming in a little bit to make your item pop. For example, I was looking at a protein bar brand that we were working on, and their hero image is a variety pack, but all of the bars look really small. And so one of the things we're doing is we're loading images where it's zoomed in, and we don't want to misrepresent. We're not trying to make the bars look bigger than they actually are, but we want the bar size to accurately reflect the fact that their customer is getting great value for their money. And so tip number 1, make sure your hero images, especially your first image, is zoomed in on your product. If you make your product look bigger, it increases the conversion rate. Tip number 2 is take a pass at loading some Prime specific imagery and keywords. You have to be very careful what you can and can't say, but there's nothing wrong with loading some images with some Prime Day language or doing a refresh on your creative for Prime Day, especially if some of that is Prime Week specific. Just make sure you're compliant with Amazon's policies on that. The third piece of advice, the keyword trends always change going into Prime Day. Make sure that you're scraping data and you're adjusting to those latest trends so that when Prime Week hits, you're optimizing for the right keyword. It could be as simple as saying vegan protein bar instead of vegan protein bars. Take a look at your keyword trends and load those insights from that data into your non-spend SEO, like your title tags, like your backend listing keywords, pulling all those non-spend levers before you spend $1 on marketing and promotions. We'll have more good updates for you soon. Don't forget to hit subscribe.